Good morning, students of class 10th. In the previous video we have discussed about the functions of panchayat, and now in today's video we are going to discuss about the sources of income of panchayat, right? The sources of income of panchayat, right? So let us understand that what are the sources of the income of panchayat, right? See, basically the source of any government body is its taxes only, right? The taxes imposed by that government body. So the sources of the income of panchayat are: number one, it imposes tax on house and shops. First is impose of tax on houses and shops, right? Whether it is house tax or whether it is municipality tax for the shops, the panchayats get their revenue from there, right? The income for them is there. Next, it collects tax from the village markets and fairs. Whenever there are fairs arranged in the village, or whenever there are markets arranged, like near to our school there is a market arranged called as Bhairpura Bazaar. So whenever these things happen, the panchayat levies some tax or imposes some tax on them, right? So that is impose of tax on markets and fairs, right? Second point is this. Third point, it imposes fees on registration of purchase of land and animals, right? It also impose of tax on purchase of land. If land is purchased or sold, then the tax is levied, or on the sale and purchase of animals, that a tax is levied. Okay. Next, it collects donation from community work. It also collects some amount of donation. So donation from community work, and the next thing is it acquires grants from the state government, that it also have grants from the state government. The other thing is grants from the state government. Okay. So students, these are the sources of income for the community for the panchayats of villages, right? Whether it is the tax on the houses and shops, it can be tax imposed on the markets and fairs that are being held, purchase of land and animals, or donation from the community work and grants from the state government. Okay. So students, I hope you have understood the sources of income. Now moving forward, we are now going to discuss about the block samiti, right? That what is a block samiti and what are the functions and features of a block samiti. So let us discuss that about block samiti. What is a block samiti? Okay. Block samiti. See, first of all, there is a level of panchayats in the villages, and then there is a level of the block. The block level is the next level of governance. A number of villages combine together to form a block. A block samiti is referred to by different name in different states. It may be called a panchayat samiti in some areas. In some areas it may be called as block samiti only. In some areas it may be called as Khand Samiti, or in some areas it may be known by the name of Kshetriya Samiti. right? So there are different names for the block samiti. Now let us discuss in detail. See, there are, first of all, let's see, there is a village. Okay, the village will have a panchayat. It will have a panchayat, which is known by the name of gram panchayat or gram sabha, whatever it is, but it will be a panchayat. Then that panchayat will be having, there will maybe different villages, right? So here it is a village, it is having a panchayat. Here it is a village, here it is a village, here it is a village, and there may be a group of 5 to 6 villages. There I made a group for 6 villages, right? Now there are 6 villages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Each of the village will have its own individual panchayat, right? And when there will be a next level, next year, then there will be a level of this, the group of these 6 villages will be called as a block, right? And in different areas it is known by different name, whether it is block samiti, it is panchayat samiti, or it is khand samiti or kshetriya samiti, whatever it may call, but it is called a block as a whole. So the next level governance system is known as the block system. Okay, a block samiti has following representatives. So who are the representatives of the block samiti? Let us discuss that in detail. That is an important point, right? So representative of block samitis. Let us discuss that. See, the first person who is the head or the representative is the sarpanch of the gram panchayats. Like there are 6 gram panchayats in our model, so there will be 6 sarpanch, right? So there will be, these all 6 sarpanch will be the member of the block samiti. So they will be the sarpanch of block samiti. Next, members of parliaments, member of legislative assembly, members of legislative council who belong to that block, right? They will be the MLAs, they will be MP, member of parliament, MLAs, member of legislative assembly, or they will be MLC, member of legislative councils, right? They all will be a member of the block samiti of that block from where they are representatives. They have some nominated members of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes also, and the other will be the block development officer. The other one will be your BDO, which is block development officer, right? So this is the structure, or this is the composition, that how block samiti is formed. There are different sarpanch of the block samitis, MPs, MLAs and MLCs, block development officers, right? So these are the members or the representatives of the block samiti in India, right? So now let us discuss about the functions of the block samiti. We will discuss some of the functions in this video and some of the functions in next video. So let us discuss about the functions of block samiti, right? देखिए, functions of block samiti basically हमारा जो पंचायत लेवल का सिस्टम होता है उसमें जो उनका फंक्शन होता है, ब्लॉक समिति में भी लगभग वैसा ही होता है, बस वो उसको सुपरवाइज करते हैं, राइट? देखिए, इट मेक्स प्लान फॉर ओवरऑल डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द एंटायर ब्लॉक. ग्राम पंचायत, ग्राम सभा हर एक अपने विलेज के एरिया का करती हैं, और जो ब्लॉक समिति होती है दे फॉर्म डेवलपमेंट प्लान्स for entire block, right? Next, it engages teams of experts and specialists in various fields such as agriculture, veterinary science, health and education to help people, the experts, whether they are the experts of the education field, the health field or sciences field, agriculture field. So they all set up those experts and help the people of those blocks, right? It supervises functioning of the village panchayats. It also, like what I said, it has a supervisory function. So it helps in supervising the gram panchayats. They see that the work is done properly or not in the gram panchayats. It projects funding requirement for the developmental activities, right? It also helps in that they provide funds for the developmental activities. And the fourth thing is that it draws attention of central and state government towards major problems faced by the people, right? And it helps in communicating with central or state governments, right? It also helps in communicating with the central or the state government, that it take the grievances of the people with the in the block with the central and the state government, so that their grievances can be solved. Okay, so I hope students you would have understood the topic. We will meet in the next video with a new level, that is the Zilla Parishad. Okay, so till then stay at your homes and stay safe. Thank you.